Greetings, programs, and welcome to another episode of Recruit a Friend, the show where we learn about the people behind the keyboard. Today, we're sitting down with a cozy streamer, community builder, Woody partner, and the most hyped Ashes chaser on Twitch. Let's give a big Recruit a Friend welcome to Bear's Adventures. Thanks for being here.
Hello. I'm a bit
Bear,
nervous.
how are you?
I'm good. Nervous, but good.
The first time I ever... Sorry?
I've said nervous too many times. It's fine.
It's okay. You can say nervous as many times as you want. I'm going to say I love it a lot throughout this show because I realized listening back to shows that I respond to like 70% of the things that guests say with, I love it. And it's not disingenuous. I genuinely do love the things that I say I love.
I will probably say perfect a lot. I tend to say perfect all the time. That. Yeah.
I had a friend who used to say brilliant, and every time she did, she sounded like Hermione. So we made her the recruiting officer.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Bear, the first time I ever saw you on stream, you were doing a sponsored stream for Woody. And
wow, that was ages ago.
It was a little while ago. Yeah. I'm a little sad we're not in an Woody today.
I mean, it's boiling outside, so
right.
I would just melt. I think it's like 24 degrees or something out there today. So I'm sorry if like halfway through the recording I will just like sweat, but I'll try and not do that.
You recently got an air conditioner, right?
Yeah, it's still in the box.
What?
It's still in the living room in the box because it's like a big, huge thing, and it needs like 2 or 3 of us to work it, and the other half is doing like stock take at work right now. So we're just waiting for him to come back, and then we shall take it out of the box and enjoy the lush coolness.
Yeah, definitely. I've been talking to a lot of folks over there. A lot of my friends are in the UK, as you know.
Yeah.
If the heat was as bad here as it is there and I didn't have air conditioning, I think I would just live in a bathtub of ice.
Yeah, I have no idea why there's no air conditioning in any of our houses these days. Just with all of the heat and everything. I'm so jealous of you over there.
Yeah, it's been like, I get it, like 10 years ago maybe why I didn't have it, because you didn't have these heat waves. But it's just been getting progressively worse every year, it seems.
I know. Just put a good word in with our like people. However you do it, you know.
Kate and William, if you're listening, we would like to see some air conditioning.
Works.
Mandatory. They might be. Kate's a big fan.
Yeah.
All right, Bear, we're gonna jump into it. I want you to tell me, what was your first exposure to the Warcraft universe?
The first exposure was the boyfriend I was with at the time was big into World of Warcraft, and I didn't know at the time, but he wanted a refer a friend mount. So he was like, "Here, I'll pay for your first month's subscription. Play WoW, you'll really like it." So I loaded it up. That was, what's the one before Mr. Pandaria? That's Kata, right?
Yeah, Cataclysm.
Yeah. So it was then. I started it, ended up playing an undead character, got lost, didn't think much of it, and then sort of ditched it for something else. I think I was like making something with fabric or something at the time. Who knows? And then later on, I think I just saw it in my like games collection or something and thought, I'll dive back in. I think it was Mr. Pandaria, and that's when you could make a panda. So I was like, oh my God, she's so cute. So yeah, I leveled actually a blood elf first with him, and he like took me around everywhere. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. And then Bear was made as like the first character that I did on my own properly, and she's been my main ever since. I just love her. She's just so cute. So yeah, that's where it all began. That's the starting.
That's a good start. Mr. Pandaria is a good expansion. I just experienced it myself for the first time in Remix, and I can say I understand.
I'm loving Remix. Remix is so good.
Isn't it a lot of fun? Good. Blizzard home run. They hit a home run.
They really did. I was going to say someone in our community mentioned that Remix is like Blizzard's gift to us.
It is.
Which it kind of is. It's just a gift shop full of things that we can go and get. So it's great. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. I didn't at first, but at the end of Plunderstorm, I felt the same way about Plunderstorm. I felt like both of those game modes.
Yeah. I hated Plunderstorm at the start because I thought that it was a bit of a grind. But then I got together with a couple of friends and we just hammered it all out, and we just giggled and laughed our way the entire time over chickens coming out and attacking people or hiding in a bush and then shimmying across together in a bush. Great fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Blizzard games are best when played with friends.
Yeah.
Let's get into it more though, Bear. Is that why your channel is called Bear's Adventures? Because your first character was a panda?
Yeah, so she's called Beatrice, which is a play on the name Beatrice. But because she's a panda, I had to have the bear in it. So that's where that kind of came from. And anything that I have that's a panda or Pandaren has bear in the name, apart from one, which is my monk. She's the exception to the rule. So yeah, Bear's Adventures is kind of, I just explore everywhere, get up to random things and adventures. So Bear's Adventures became a thing. So yeah.
I like that. Is that how you sort of approach the game now? You have a wanderlust and you just do what you feel like?
Yeah. So before, when I first started, it was very much casual. Got in with like a good community, which I think were guilds at the time, but it was like a community. There was like 1,000 people, whatever the max was you can have in there. And I became a morale officer, like a guild officer, to try and keep everyone chatting and do events and things like that. So I did that. And then I discovered raiding and dungeons at the end of Warlords of Draenor. I put a raid team together. I was leading it. And I just thought, I want to do this more. And then ended up meeting somebody who raided like high-end heroic and sometimes mythic as well. So I decided to up and leave the community and the guild I was in and join their team to get more into raiding and dungeons and stuff. I'll be honest with you, it's a bit of a regret because I really miss that guild that I had, and everyone was so close. Everyone was talking all of the time. I did have fun in the new place, but I just miss the original guild that I was in. I can't remember what I was saying. What were we talking about?
You were just telling me how you play the game and how you started out just sort of casual
so
and collecting, and then you became a hardcore raider.
Yeah, I actually did. So I started off with just like 2 characters, and then I went over on Bear, and then we found another team that was raiding Mythic. So we ended up going there, but I couldn't join as a hunter because they had too many hunters there. So they were like, if you want to play Mythic, you can. It was actually a guy I was with at the time. He was in that team, so I kind of had an in. I was absolutely terrible, but I had an in to do Mythic raiding. And because I couldn't go on a hunter, I created a druid. So I did it as a balanced druid, and I was utter rubbish. At balanced druid, I was awful. I was always at the bottom, but I can still say I was a Mythic raider because I've got like achievements and stuff like that. Then I just decided, after doing Mythic Plus too much, focusing every little bit of time I had on getting, at the time, Azerite and all of that stuff, building up all of my gear and all of that thing. I just got fed up with it. Took a break for about, I think it was about a year. It was at the end of Old Year. And then I came back when Nilotha was about. And then I dropped down to Heroic, found another guild who were really, really lovely. Still chat to them quite a bit, actually. They're also panda. They love pandas over there as well. But they're in a horde. And at the time, cross-faction wasn't a thing. So I went back to Alliance. And now I just kind of take my time doing everything. I like exploring everything. I discovered someone called Mistweaver Lily on Twitter and other places. And she made amazing pictures. And I was like, oh my God, how do you make them? Tell me, how do you make all those pictures? So she said about the add-on that she uses, asked me if I ever needed any help, she'd give tips or whatever. And then I just started making so many pictures and posting them on Facebook and Facebook groups. And then Earth, you probably know Earth Krugar, she was like, you should go on Twitter. People on Twitter would love these pictures. I was like, all right then, I'll go on there. And then I sort of built a following there. I think I've got like over 3,000 followers at the minute. And then from there, I thought, well, why don't I stream? And now I'm streaming, but just more like the casual approach and the collecting side of it. Yeah. And just doing what you want without anyone telling you have to be at a raid at a certain time. I still dabble in raids. And sorry, there's a mop or something. I still dabble in raids and Mythic Plus, but only when I fancy it. I don't do it on stream or anything. This thing is annoying me, sorry.
It's okay. All of that's staying in. There's no way I'm editing that out. That's fantastic.
That's fine. It's fine.
I love that. I'm trying to, in the recording of, just before I started recording season 5, I had known collectors, and I always knew collectors existed, but I have met some like really top end collectors, and they rank 2 collector in the world is in our guild. And there's another collector that I'm friends with who has been playing since vanilla, and other people that we know together from the Dungeon Dojo. And I want to get away from, I know everybody uses the term casual gaming to mean anybody who doesn't do PvP, Mythic Plus, or raiding.
Yeah.
But that is such a disservice to the mount collectors, the transmog collectors, the achievement hunters, because there is nothing casual about that.
True, but the wider group would see collecting as more casual.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take as much effort as it does to raid or to do dungeons, but it still does take effort. All of those characters you've got to level up, all of the grindings, all of the planting outside, waiting for the timers and running them over and over again, and things never ever dropping, and trying to keep your sanity. It's all part of it. Yeah,
I would. I'm not kidding. So I raid at a CE level, and I Mythic Plus at a pretty decent level, and I can't. I've been playing the game since vanilla, and I only just completed What a Long Strange Trip this year.
Wow.
Okay. And the only reason I completed it is because one of my collector friends was like, come on, I'll take you through all of the different things. She's fantastic. I love her. She's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to start a movement where we don't call collectors and achievement hunters and I don't want to call them casual anymore, because I don't feel like they're more hardcore than the people who think they're hardcore. Anyway,
hardcore collectors.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. Hardcore collectors.
I love it. The HCCs. So Bear is one of the she's the first HCC we've had on the show.
There we go.
I love it. Would you say, so you started Twitch streaming and you're doing your pictures. I love your pictures. I do want to talk about the Narcissus add-on, because you're kind of a wizard with it. You're a wizard, Harry. Sorry, that's because you're in the UK.
To Hermione
I shouldn't have done that.
It's fine. It's the accent. It's the accent. It's okay.
It is. But you, what was I going to ask? Your content creation. You're on Twitch now. Do you find that the hardcore collector play style lends itself to better Twitch streams because it's not as immediately focused on the action on the screen, and you can engage with chat more?
Yeah, so for me, that's the reason I don't do dungeons and I don't do big achievement runs or raiding on stream, just because I need... One of the things I wanted to do with my stream is interact with the community. So I'm not going to name any names, so it's not fair, but there's some streams I've gone into where people will say things and they're not responded to. Or I've asked a question myself, but because I'm not a subscriber, they didn't answer me. And I thought to myself, I don't want to be that person. Everyone is important. Every single person that takes 2 seconds out of their day to say hello, I want to say hello back. So that's what I wanted to do. And so collecting and bimbling around, as I call it, bimbling, higgledy-piggledy around, suits me because I get to chat to everyone as I go. Higgledy-piggledying.
I got to interrupt you, Bear. We're not calling them hardcore collectors anymore. We're calling them Bimblers.
Bimblers, that works. It works. Because while I'm waiting for a thing to finish doing its like roleplay thingamabob, I can chat to the chat. And then after that, I can then loot the thing. It doesn't drop. And then we think, oh, well, never mind. Have a bit of a party and then go off and do something else. So, yeah, it definitely suits, for me anyway, it suits my streaming style. And I think that's because I'm so bad at multitasking. So if I was to raid or Mythic Plus, I would not be able to stay alive and talk to chat. I'm not that skilled. I'm not as skilled as that. I've seen so many people that are, though. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't normally stream raid. I streamed raid testing yesterday and I got my co-tank killed twice because I missed the taunt because I was talking to chat. Sorry, Larold. I love that. I think that's great. And it shines through the warmth in your streams definitely shines through. Like you can tell you genuinely, or at least seem to be, maybe it's an extreme act, but you genuinely seem to be interested in everybody who comes into your stream and says hi.
I try, and it actually kills me a little bit inside when I miss someone's comment, or if someone ever says, are you not talking to me? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I have to scroll back and find the comment and I feel so bad. But sometimes the chat is so much because everyone wants to talk. And I love that everyone wants to talk. that I do miss stuff, or there's a running meme going on in my channel that I read things, but I don't read them in order. So someone will say something, then I'll go, oh my God, I need to catch up with chat. So I go back up, then go down, and then come to another comment, and then someone else is like, then they spam it because I think it's hilarious. I have to try and keep, anyway, yeah, it's a meme. It's a thing.
I love that. I love that.
I'm just a chatterbox, as you can tell with me non-stop talking. But
it's okay. Listen, that makes for my job to be really easy. The goal, nobody tunes into these episodes to hear me talk. They want to hear you talk. So Bear, right now, you don't currently do content creation. You're not a streamer full time. Is that correct?
I want to be, but no, not at the moment. I have a full-time job. I work Monday to Friday, 2 days from home. And yeah, I really, really want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
I've also got another like my boyfriend as well, who I live with. And I also want to make sure that he's not neglected at all. So we have like 3 nights together. So I've got 3 nights with him, 2 nights streaming. And then I've also got the rest of the time is more or less with the community or playing the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had more hours in the day. This is like one of the reasons why I haven't really made as many Narcissus pictures lately, is because I literally don't have the time. It's done by choice, like it's my choice to stream. And I feel a little bit bad that I'm always saying I'm so busy with work and stuff. And the job I do is it's quite stressful, which is another reason I completely switch off when I get home. That's why I'm the happy, bubbly me. I'm me when I'm not working. But yeah, I don't do it full time yet. I want to.
Can I ask what you do?
Yeah,
it's okay if you don't want to talk about it.
No, I've told the stream, it's fine. Okay. My title is an escalation specialist. So it's in a car finance company. So if a customer doesn't like the way their complaint's been handled, they can go to a thing called the financial ombudsman. And my job is to send files across and negotiate another outcome with the financial ombudsman. So it's a lot of like dealing with unhappy people, making dealers unhappy because we're saying you sold them a dodgy car, lots of stuff. So yeah, it's quite stressy. I have to like make decisions on whether I'm going to refund the customer or not, and yeah. I'm maybe looking for something else, but shh. We won't announce that too loud. But yes, it's fine. It's only going on the internet to thousands of people. It's fine. It's okay.
It'll be fine. There's no way thousands of people are going to see this, but that's
You never know. You never know. You never know.
No, you're not going to worry about that. I like to limit those numbers. I put a bunch of tags that don't make any sense, so people don't watch.
Fair.
Yeah, this will be tagged with like corgi and things that just people are like, why is this coming up in my corgi feed? And I'm like, dislike. Anyway,
it's gonna sound really silly though, but I'm one of these people. So I'm 39. I recently turned 39. I'm one of these people. My entire life, I've never known what I wanted to be when I grew up. I've just sort of fallen into what I'm good at, which tended to be admin or customer service related things because I talk a lot. And it was when I was putting makeup on to do a cosplay for, I think I was wearing like skull makeup for Halloween. And as I was putting that on, getting ready for stream, seeing people already in my chat before I'd gone live. And it was like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. So that's why I am trying to put as much effort as I can in. And I just wish I had more hours. I wish I had more hours in the day. Just an extra day in the week would be lovely.
One more day, no thanks.
But not at work. Not at work.
No, yeah, it would be a Wednesday. Yeah. We all get an extra Wednesday or something terrible. Finger on the monkey paw curls. Here's an extra Monday. Congrats. What would it take for you to take that plunge? What has to happen for Bear to take a chance on Bear?
Well, I don't want to rush anything because I think if anything happened too fast, I would panic, and it would freak me out. So I think just gradually working on this over time. I have in my head 3 years is kind of what I'm hoping for. If it happens before that, great. But I've kind of, I'm just going to see how things go and continue to build relationships and do more, create more things, just expand a bit. But also without overwhelming myself. and burning myself out. So that's why I have to do it gradually. I have asked my other half if I can quit my job and do this full time, but because our rent is so high, so I don't know if you know, but rent in like the London area is ridiculous. So we could afford everything with just his wages, but we wouldn't have any money for anything else.
Right, it would be really
and
tight.
Twitch isn't as reliable as I'd want it to be, so I can't take that dip at the moment. So
could you do
hopefully
part-time work and then more focus on Twitch? I really want this to happen. Listen, Barry, I gotta tell you, we're gonna talk about community in a second. And I truly think if you switch to full-time, and this is not me trying to get you to quit your job, but I truly think if you switch to full-time content creation on Monday, you'd be fine by Wednesday. But
I just know that if I had more time, I could work more on pictures. I could stream more, so that would in turn get people that wouldn't see me on my normal days. And
maybe
it's
you
just
could be a part-time life destroyer at your current job.
So the issue there is, so I
sorry,
that's okay.
So sorry.
I don't know. So for the last year, I have been constantly asking my management to get somebody else in to do the same job as me, because it's ridiculous the amount of work I have to do. They finally signed it off when I was on holiday a couple of weeks ago, but they're getting somebody else in. So until that point, I could never, ever go part-time. Work would just say no. They would refuse. So hopefully with this new person starting, once they've been fully trained up, maybe next year I could approach them and say, look, can I go part-time now? Now he's been like fully trained. So I have also thought about looking for another job somewhere else, but it's only around the corner and it pays really good money. And everywhere else pays about $3 or $4 grand less. And I have to travel an hour to get there and an hour back.
That's more time for creation if you don't have to travel an hour.
Exactly. So I'm just putting up with the stress at the moment, putting up with the worry, but at least they finally listened to me. So hopefully things will improve after September sort of time. September, October is hopefully when things will get a bit better.
Very cool.
When you talk too much and you waffle too much, and then you wonder what you were talking about to begin with. Yeah.
Does that happen to you sometimes?
Always happens to me. I always forget what I'm talking about. It's known as my goldfish brain. Yeah, I also think I reply to people and don't.
You think you've replied?
Yeah, I've replied to them in my head, and then I think, why haven't they replied to me? And then I go to find out what's happened. It turns out I haven't actually messaged them. I've just done it all in my head. That's the thing as well. Yeah.
Does that happen at real events too? Like
Does it happen
go to like events like LFG and you see somebody and you think, oh, I've said hello to them, but really I've just ignored Sean for 3 hours? Is that how that works there too?
Sean, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You were literally just behind me for at least an hour. But you were talking to like Purple and I think, I can't remember who else was there. Was it Adam? Betrayal
Tom,
and Tom was there. No, Tom wasn't there at the time. But yeah, there was a few people that were there, and I got shy. So I had moments of bravery at LFG, and then moments of shyness and utter panic. Unfortunately, you were a moment of shyness, and I spoke to you because you were waiting for. Were you there in the queue for the bathroom?
Yeah,
I think
so.
that might
Yeah,
have
we
been
were
how
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I eventually spoke to you, so I'm so sorry. I hate that I'm shy. I very nearly didn't go into LFG, would you believe? I very nearly turned around and went home.
Oh, no.
Because I was so nervous and a little bit overwhelmed. Outside of it, I was with Earth, Soph, Dan, I think who else was there? Pommy, a couple of people from the community. We were all outside. And I was like, I just need a minute. I'll meet you inside. And I was like trying my hardest not to cry because I was feeling like really overwhelmed. And they were like, no, we're not going anywhere. I was like, no, honestly, it's fine. I'll be fine. Just go in. Like, I just need like 5 minutes. Like, no, we're not leaving you. We're not going anywhere. And if they'd have left me, I would have walked and gone home. That's how like worked up I was. But I managed to like get myself together and then I went in and the rest is history. But yeah, I was so nervous that day. So nervous.
That's great. What a wholesome answer that is. Barry, you're great. You're a great person.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's great. It's just to be nervous. And it's like, so many people walk around with a false bravado, a swagger that they don't really should have, I think. And you just seem to be unabashedly Bear.
I mean, I'm just me. But the other thing I think is I'm so, I'm this person when I'm on stream. But I think anyone that sees a streamer and sees them like this automatically thinks they're like it in real life as well. So I am, once I've got to know someone. But that first initial meet, I am the most awkward person in the world. I probably nervous giggled to you when I met you for the first time when I was like chatting to you. I probably nervous giggled a lot.
I think you asked what I was going into the bathroom to do. You're like, oh, what are you heading in for?
No, I wouldn't have asked you that. But like, there's a few people there that I didn't speak to, and I regret not speaking to them. I've reached out to them since and said, I'm so sorry that I didn't say hello to you. I got like overwhelmed. But then I had moments of bravery, and I went and spoke to Samadan, who I have followed since lockdown. Like, I've followed him for so long, and I saw him on his own, and I thought, I don't want him being on his own. Now's my opportunity. I can go and say hello. So I like went over and then chatted to him. I felt a bit awkward at the start, but I eased into it. And then later on, he was on his own as well. So I went over and chatted to him again. But other people, I just didn't say hello. Rage was one. I didn't say hello to her. I was just too shy. Okay, Mage. I spoke to her. I spoke to Jordan because I was on the same panel as her. Oh my God, she was so lovely. But nerves are a thing. I hate them. But I think the next event I go to, I'll be better because I kind of know what to expect. I think I'll be a bit more relaxed.
What we can do at LFG2, you should just ask Dan to set you up with a booth outside the bathroom, and then everybody can just meet you there.
Oh, no. I mean, you say that, okay. So do you want to know something? I actually spoke to someone else for the first time outside the toilet later on, and that was Luna and Thor. So Warcraft, Thor and Lunamis. I didn't speak to them the entire time, even though I'd seen them going around. And it was only because they were outside the bathroom that I spoke to them, because they were also waiting.
Hello, what are you going in for?
But they were so nice, and I felt so bad afterwards that it took me so long to say hello. Betrayal didn't go over and say hello to him, but I saw his wife. She was on her own. He must have nipped off, gone to the bathroom, whatever he was doing, and she was on her own. I felt bad that she was sitting on her own. I didn't have a clue who she was. Got up, went over and chatted to her. I was like, oh, what do you play WoW? Like, what do you mean? And just trying to think of WoW questions, seeing as it's a WoW event. And she's like, oh, yeah, Adam does this and Adam does that. Didn't register that Adam was betrayal. And talking about that. And then the next thing he came back, I'm like, oh, my God, it's betrayal. And then I just started talking. Just, you know, the way you see people and you don't realise it's them.
Yep.
But then there's also other people that came over to me and they were the most relaxed people ever. And I felt like I immediately clicked because they were so like down to earth and so chill. So Shax was one of them. Veilstress and Tom and Marty. Like, there were so many people that were just so normal.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
You're normal too, but we're all normal.
I'm definitely not normal.
Shades. Normal's a shade. There's shades of normal. We're all normal.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of what is normal,
yes.
Let's talk about something that is a little obsessive and not normal.
Oh, God.
And that
what's
is your hunt for the ashes of Alar.
It won't drop, Sean. It won't drop. I've been promised this mount. I was promised it would drop. There was a prophecy. That it would drop after Tom and Marty's podcast, Talking Wow, Tom and Marty. They told me, it's fine, Bear. After this, because they were like, oh, what mount would you like to drop? I'm like, I'm going after ashes. It won't drop, whatever. They're like, after this podcast, it will drop for you. I can see it in the cards. I can see it. It's going to happen. It's going to drop. Went straight away after the podcast. It didn't drop. Messaged them. I thought you told me it was going to drop. Oh, yeah, but we didn't say when. Maybe it'll be when it goes live. So I waited for the podcast to go live, went for it again, didn't happen. And then it's just become a meme, an ongoing thing. Every time I stream it, people come in and they join me for these ashes runs so that they can trade it to me. It still doesn't drop. I think at the moment we're at 600-ish, 600 and something attempts, but that's only since I've had rarity. I don't know how many it was before that. And Tom and Marty, they raid into me so that they can do an ashes run with me, or they'll message me, do you want to do a cheeky ashes run? And the one time I wasn't streaming, they said that they do an ashes run in my honour. And it dropped. No. and I think one of them didn't have it. I can't remember if it was Marty or Tom didn't have it, but now they both own it. So yeah, when I wasn't there, but it just won't drop. And then at LFG, they were streaming as well. And I said that I wanted them in the background while I was going for ashes. For about 2 weeks before the event, I refused to run for ashes, just in case it dropped for London, because I wanted it to drop so that everyone would go, ah! when it went, and everyone would go running and screaming, and it didn't happen. And they bought me a t-shirt. They both had t-shirts on saying Russell, and they were like, how much do you like this t-shirt? I was like, yeah, it's really, really good. Like, I really like it. Would it be even better if you had your own? And then they brought out a t-shirt, so I put it on. Now I have a Russell t-shirt, which I probably should have worn today, but hindsight and all that. But yeah, it won't drop. So
why Russell?
So it's feathers rustle. They make a rustly noise. It's got feathers that rustle. So Russell. That's where it comes. So I have a habit of naming my mounts. I name my mounts, okay? When they drop, we have a Frank. There's all sorts. So whenever I used to make Narcissus pictures of the mounts, I gave them all a name. We have Cuthbert. We have loads of mounts that have names. And I gave this one a name before it dropped, and I think that's where I've gone wrong. Mm-hmm. So we've tried calling it other things, but that won't work either. So I don't know what I have to do. I've offered to do a whole stream dedicated to it if it drops. Have my room all fiery, dress up like Kelthus, dress up like Ashes. We even have a song. We have a song. So the song from
you
Deadpool.
Sing the song for me.
Bear really wants the Mount of Ashes. That song from Deadpool, okay, by Celine Dion. We changed the words, and that's what I used to sing on the stream. And one of the mods, you probably know him, Apollo. He's like everywhere. He's all at Pend Apollo. He's amazing, absolutely amazing voice, amazing at everything he does. And he recorded himself singing that song, but changed the lyrics. And now every time we run it, we put the fire up on the stream, and the song gets played, and it still won't drop.
How many times a week do you try for it?
I only ever do it on stream now, and I do it minimum 5 is what I was doing, but I haven't done it for a little while because I kind of got a bit burned out. Excuse the burning out pun. But yeah, got a bit burned out from doing it. So I will start doing them again properly, but probably about once or twice a week now.
Okay. Does it have to come from a Tempest Keep run for it to count?
Yes. For me in my head, yes.
The time walking?
No, I refuse.
It's like an increased drop chance in the time
I
walking.
know this. Okay, so the reason I do that, I will do it for any other mount. I know. Any other mount, okay? Any other mount I would do that for with pleasure. Like anything else. Mimron's head from the old wire box, any of them. I would do it. But I'd feel like I would cheat the community and cheat everyone that has been on this journey with me. I feel like I would cheat. It would be cheating. Even though it's legit to get it from the box.
Now, you could also consider, fuck them, you need this mount.
Yeah, but if I got it from a box, it's like, I wouldn't be able to put my finger up at Kelthus. You know, I want to do it in style. And I also had the urge to go for a run on my birthday when I wasn't streaming, because my birthday was on the Thursday. It took everything in me to not do it, because I've been told that you get mounts on your birthday. It didn't happen to me. Yeah, I should have done it. But yeah, I will not cheat. Not cheat, but I'll do it properly. Well, I'll loot it from the proper place.
I'm a big fan of Tom and Marty, and I find it hard to believe that they made a prophecy that didn't come true.
Can you have a word?
We're going to make a recruiter friend prophecy right now. And that is that Ashes is never going to drop. And you will be doing...
Get out!
Ashes runs.
No!
Forever.
See, everyone is like, what are you going to do, Bear, when it finally drops?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I'll probably just hunt something else. Like, I've got an emote and everything. I have channel redeems. I have everything around this flipping mount, and it just won't drop.
Not even that good looking of a mount, Bear. Kidding. Joke. Ashes of Alar. Listen, I can hear all you Ashes of Alar fans typing. It's a joke.
So I've heard that when you're flying, the flammable bobs get in your way when you're flying. Yes, they rustle. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, apparently they get in your way, but I don't care. I want it.
I want it.
Want it.
I want it now, damn it.
I do. I do.
That's great. I love it. Bear, hopefully you get Ashes someday. I'd like to be there when it happens.
Hopefully.
Maybe LFG2. See what happens.
Oh, maybe.
A year of chasing.
That's like a whole year of not getting it. I don't know if I can take that.
Yeah. Can Bear fans buy these Russell t-shirts on? Do you have somewhere we can buy Bear merch?
So when it was my subathon, when I'd been streaming for a whole year, I did plan on doing a merch store, and I haven't had the time to do it properly. So I've got a guy that's designing emotes and things for me. He's also had things going on in his real life. So I only want to use that guy. So I'm just waiting for that to sort of settle down. But yes, there will be, and there will also be cucumber merch. Don't ask. And there'll also be like bush merch and all sorts of other things with all the memes and everything that go on the stream.
I'm now going to ask about both cucumber and bush.
Oh, why did I do this? So
go on.
Okay, so cucumbers. Oh my god, I hate you, Wix and so. So cucumbers. Every month, as a thank you to people that have subscribed to me, I do a sub-only night in my Discord. So it's kind of where just to get together, we have a few drinks, we play some Gartic phone, we play, I always call it Scribblo, but is it Scribble?
Scribble
well, anyway,
is,
whatever it is, some sort of online Pictionary thing. We play that and then just have a bit of a chit chat or whatever at the same time. So it got to a round of Gartic phone and somebody put down their old quiz team. And I had to draw it. And the quiz team was Crouching Woman, Hidden Cucumber. So I thought, oh my God, how am I going to draw this? So immediately brain went to a crouching woman and a cucumber underneath. Okay, it's naturally how my brain went. So I drew a stick figure of this woman with a cucumber and I thought, oh my God, I can't draw that. So I rubbed it out, crossed it all out and replaced it just with a smiley face. Okay, that's all I did because I thought, no, it'll come back on me. Not knowing that at the end of the round, it doesn't just show the picture, it shows everything you drew to get to that step. So everyone saw me drawing the stick figure with a cucumber underneath, and ever since then, it's just been along. I said, whatever happens in sub-only night, stays in sub-only night. It didn't, and it's now we now have an emote for that as well. So yeah, okay. I even dressed up as a cucumber on stream once for the subathon. It was a subathon milestone goal, dressed up as a cucumber.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Bush?
Oh, so the bushes. I have an ongoing thing with bushes, okay? So back in the Narcissus days, I used to make pictures on stream sometimes. And there was one time where I was going through all of the things, like showing someone how you can put stuff in their hands, how you can have stuff in the background, whatever. And there was a thing in the gadgets called a bush. So I held this bush. Thought, oh my God, like what can we can use this to hide or whatever. So I was going through the animations, found one that was a chicken, and she was chickening with bushes in her hands. And I got the absolute giggles. I laughed so much, solid for at least half an hour. The whole thing's on YouTube. Laughed solid for a whole half an hour. Everyone was like telling me to do like this position or that position, and it was making it worse. I was just laughing even more. There's now channel redeems to actually hear the sounds of the giggle fit that happened. So that's where it all started with the bush. And then when Plunderstorm happened, there was also the bushes in that. So that sort of added to it. And at LFG, I actually made a bush and brought a bush for someone there. Dutchie, I'm looking at you. Because she was a little bit nervous as well. So I was like, it's fine. I'll bring a bush. You can hide behind the bush if you get scared. And I brought it with me and she hid behind the bush. It was great. So yeah, bushes are a thing. And cucumbers. I don't know how it happens. I tried to make myself this like innocent, sort of family friendly-ish streamer.
Yeah.
And it's slowly disappearing.
Slowly devolving.
It's not really what I wanted, but it's how it's gone.
I feel like this is information we should have had before we started recording.
I'm sorry. You can edit it, right? You can edit all of these things.
None of that's coming out. No, we show the whole thing. Just like Scribblo or whatever that game is called, we're going to show the whole path from Crouching Woman, Hidden Cucumber to Chicken Bush.
Yes. Those chickens were great in Plunderstorm, though.
Oh, yeah.
The chickens, you could, until they attack you and turn around and come after you.
And the bush is great, too, because when you get in the bush and it's like, oh, this is fun. But then when you realize you can like move and shuffle.
Yeah. Did you know you can jump out of the bush as well? We only discovered that in the last week. Yeah, we only discovered that in the last week. But it was the funniest thing was 3 of us in the bush when it was the triple things, in the bush, and it's like, right, after the count of 3, we're going to move over to this point, and we go shimmy, 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 and then we'd just fall about laughing, come out of the bush, and then we'd die. But it was great. It was just so funny, the whole thing.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I like Plunderstorm from the bush. The bush antics were the best.
Yes.
And then in the Plunderstorm creator event they had, Nagura and Corella used the bush strat.
No way.
And they came like 3rd. It was crazy. God. Yeah.
I think that was our strat most of the time, is to stay in the bush as long as you can and then run around until someone dies, collect all the gold, and then run as much as you can and into the lightning. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
I miss it. Bring it back, Blizzard. Bring it back.
I wouldn't mind a little Plunderstorm back too. Bear?
Yes.
What does the future hold for you?
That's a good question. The future holds whatever happens. I don't really know how to answer it because I make it up as I go along and I wing everything. But hopefully streaming full time in the distant future. Hopefully not distant. I don't know. I do want to go for Twitch partner as well at some point. But again, I don't want to focus on numbers. So I'm just going to wait until the numbers are ready to do it. Because I don't want to be all about how many people I've got following me or how many things. I just want to do it.
Right. Instead of doing like a push to get there and then...
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with pushes.
Off, yeah.
And I think I will probably do that when I'm in the middle of it, maybe. Like there's nothing wrong with pushing at all because I know that so many people have been trying to get that as well. I don't know. I hate asking for things and I'm really awkward about asking for stuff. So asking for people to come over and help me would take a lot out of me to ask. Like I never ask anybody for subs. The only time I did was the subathon. And even that, I felt a little bit nervous about asking people, you know, if you sub, you will get this. So I try not to because I don't want it because I've got a full-time job. So I don't know. But yeah,
hard, isn't it? When you're a content creator and it's like you work and you're like, I know I don't need this to sustain myself. And knowing how hard life is for everybody else, it is a little weird, right? When you're like, I'd like a sub, but I know the person giving me a sub also has bills and groceries and
in fact, that was actually a moment that I broke down on stream once. During the subathon, I hit 500 subs, and to kick it up to that point, there was 2 people out of the 3 or 4 in a big bunch at once that I knew probably couldn't afford to do it. And it was like they're enjoying my stream that much that they've done that. And in my head, I'm like, pay your bills, buy yourself some food. And then it was like they would rather than get a takeaway, they would rather donate to me. And it was just so overwhelming and I burst into tears. Like I think I did it like 2 or 3 times in the whole subathon time. But yeah, it's just difficult. It's hard because I want to make a go of it, but I also don't want to ask.
Yeah,
I get it. It's difficult.
It is tough. There is something too, though. Like people need sustenance, they need to take care of their bills, they need to take care of their medical expenses, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is good for the soul, and that matters when you can give. So by subbing to other people, you're not just taking, you are also giving people that option to feel good.
Yeah. I've done it as well with other streamers too. And even during lockdown, which is when I discovered a few streamers, then I also probably couldn't afford to do things, but I did it anyway because it was that seeing that person so happy and so genuinely thankful. It's good. But please, if you're watching this, do not subscribe to. Did you know Twitch Turbo is a thing? Anyway, don't subscribe to anybody.
Did you hear my stream 2 days ago?
Or donate.
I had a whole stream 2 days ago where I actively told people not to sub to me and just to get Twitch Turbo.
I think that was actually after me commenting because I think I said yay to Twitch Turbo when your ads kicked in.
You were
it
there.
Was me. It was me. Twitch Turbo is amazing though. So if anyone's watching this and doesn't know about it, you subscribe to Twitch Turbo. I think it could depend on where you are in the world. It's either the same amount as 2 subs or 3 subs. And it means you can watch literally any streamer without ads. So if you watch 10 or 12 streamers and nip between them all, that's perfect for you. The only thing you won't get is the streamers' emotes and stuff, but the streamer would still get revenue from the Twitch Turbo too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Twitch Turbo is the way to go, folks. Get Twitch Turbo.
Oh.
Hey friends, sorry to interrupt. Let me tell you what this season's sponsor, Guilds of WoW. Simplify your guild management with seamless Battle.net and WoW API integration for all game versions with flexible viewing options that include Google Sheets integration. Use cutting-edge tools for roster management, event planning, and recruit automation with their advanced Discord bot and in-game add-on. Join over 110,000 accounts, 10,000 guilds, and 2.5 million characters thriving on the platform. Customize your guild page, showcase moments, and boost your online presence with custom domains and Twitch integration. Stay ahead of the curve with Guilds of WoW today. Bear?
Yes.
I end every episode with 10 questions, and if you are ready, I would like to ask you those now.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, but yes.
Ooh, you look, this is great. You might be the most nervous anyone's ever been to be asked. Question number 1.
Okay.
What is your favorite word?
Delicious. Because when you say it, your mouth is like, it dances. Your mouth dances when you say the word delicious.
I'm going to say it too
moves.
and see how it feels in my mouth. Delicious.
Like your whole
it does
mouth
have a nice
moves.
mouthfeel.
Yeah. See, best word ever.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Good answer. Question number 2. What is your least favorite word?
See, this is a hard one because I don't know whether to give an answer that could lead to questions that I don't really want to talk about or a simple one. So I'm going to say both words. All right, okay.
You could, do both. I want to hear both.
Okay.
And I won't ask any follow-up questions.
Okay, good. Okay, so the first word, my absolute hateful word ever is cancer because cancer sucks. And that's what I don't want to talk about because reasons. And then the second one is mash because mashed potato or mashed anything is just gross. Your face. Okay, so in my defense, mashed potato is like someone has already eaten the potato and they've chewed it up and then they spat it out and then you have to eat it.
Don't try to ruin
that's
mashed potatoes for me.
That's why it's that's why it's one of my least favorite words. Because
I promised to ask no questions here, Bear, so we're just going to move on.
Okay.
But I am going to say mashed potatoes are one of my favorite things to eat.
I also don't like steak.
I don't care about steak, but mashed potatoes are lovely.
No.
How dare you?
Any other
question
potato's
number
fine.
4.
Yes.
What sound or noise do you love? That's question 3. I lied. That's question 3. What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of birds singing out in the garden when you're just sitting there and you can hear the birds singing. Or my other half's giggle because he goes really high pitched when he laughs. It's amazing.
Those are good answers. Question number 4. What sound or noise do you hate?
I have lots of them. Noise is a big thing for me. Sniffly noses, people that constantly go all the time. Squeaky chairs, pens clicking. All of them. Any of them. Take any of them.
Wow. I actually kind of like the sound of a pen clicking. Question. I won't click it around you. Noted. If you're an LFG2 and you see Bear's Adventures at LFG2 and you have a pen in your hand, don't click it. For the love of God, don't sniffle.
The odd click is fine. It's when someone goes click, 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 click. Stop it. No.
Well, I got to do something with my thumb, though.
Because the pen clicks. You know, like, hang on, wait, do I have a pen here?
No, but I know what you mean, but what am I going to do
one of
if
these.
I'm not clicking
See,
my
look,
pen?
if they click it, it goes click, 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 as they do it. See?
Okay, all right. See? It's your answers. You're allowed to dislike whatever sounds you want. Question number 5. I don't feel that strongly enough about clicking pens. Question number 5. What is your favorite dungeon?
My favorite dungeon? I don't know. That's too hard. But if I had probably Freehold because of the music. But that's probably not
Freehold.
But that's probably not my actual answer. But I can't think of anything else at this moment in time.
I love that music. This is what I do when that music's on.
Yeah. And then you have to turn it up, and then as you're bouncing to get to where you need to go. It's great. It's amazing.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
Question number 6. I got to number these. Question number 6. What is your least favorite dungeon?
Does it have to be any dungeon, or does it have to be Mythic Plus?
No, any dungeon at all. Your
Black
choice.
Rock Depths. It can die in a fire.
Ooh.
I don't like it. I get lost and I have no idea where I'm going.
It is quite long and it is easy to get lost.
Yeah. Don't like it.
Yep. Question number 7. What is your favorite curse word?
I have 2, depending on the seriousness.
All right, let's get them both. Give us light seriousness first.
Okay, bollocks is probably
Okay.
the light serious. And then if I'm really annoyed, it's bastard.
Ooh.
Because it feels like it's such
Bastard. Can you say it again
emphasis.
for me?
Bastard.
I like the way that sounds. That's great. What a great answer. I think that's the first bastard we've had on the show.
Yes, but it's bastard because it sounds even better with the English accent.
Does everything sounds better with
Southern
an English
English
accent.
for any Northern English people that are watching right now. They go,
Is there a difference?
oh yeah, they say bastard. We say bastard.
Oh.
The same as a latte or a latte. It's a R sound further south you go in England.
Oh. Why is that?
I don't
Which
know.
is better?
We also say bath instead of bath, or fart instead of whatever the other way you say it. I can only think of an Irish way because I lived in Ireland for like 21 years of my life.
Can you give us the Irish way?
Fart.
The whole show could have just been this.
A fart.
Fart.
Yes. Yeah, I lived in Ireland too long. That's all I can think of. I can't think of how else anyone else would say fart. But yes, there you go.
I love it.
Yeah.
We should have just done this the whole show. How do we say this in the South versus how do we say this in the North? Question number 8. What is your favorite raid? Bob. Sorry.
My favorite raid? Probably Castle Nathria, because I have lots of good memories from
there.
there.
You do it there too, Castle.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Castle Nathria. I'll just do it everywhere just to make you happy. Yeah, Castle Nathria, because of we had so many giggles doing that. That was with another guild that I used to run with, and me and someone there used to get the giggles all the time over the "we'll splatter them against your balls," but it's actually walls, but it sounds like balls. We used to get the giggles. So yeah, and then the whole prance forward and boogie down, and all. It was great. Love it, and I loved all the mechanics. I could talk about Castle Nathria till the cows come home.
Great,
I liked it.
Great
it was
raid.
good. It was good.
One of the all-time greats. Question number 9. What is your least favorite raid?
Probably Old Deer, because that's what made me take a break.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it wasn't a great raid either.
No, it was kind of samey. Just sort of, you just went around, didn't you, really?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, probably
Question
that one.
number 10. There. If Azeroth was real, where would you call home?
You can't ask me that because I picked too many places. First off, I want to say Half Hill because you're surrounded by good food and lots of colour, pandas, and it's just amazing. The whole place is great. But then I also love Ardenweald because the sky and the cute little things that are all around. But then you'd also want maybe like Stormsong Valley because it's all hills and prettiness and butterflies and grass and yeah. So one of those 3.
You can have multiple homes, Bear. Listen, you're a full-time streamer now. You're rich. You can live.
No, I'm not.
3 homes is fine. You can have one in the south. You can have one in the north. You can have one over in Lisbon.
Oh, imagine.
Portugal's lovely.
Imagine.
You're living that streamer life.
I wish. One day. One day, maybe.
One day. Hopefully. We're going to look back on this and you're going to be like, I can't believe he made me say bastard on the air.
I mean, I chose the word. I chose it, I guess.
Bear, that is the whole show. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here.
Thank you. And thank you for having me as well on your show. It's been a pleasure.
This was lovely. If I ever do repeat guests, I would like for you to be a repeat guest.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you tell our listeners where they can find you?
Oh, no, now you're asking me. I can't remember my handles. Twitch is probably the main place I am now, which is bears_adventures. Twitter, I'm there as well. I can't remember my handle on there. But you can put links underneath this, right? With my things.
Yeah, there will be links. There's links.
Well, then it's fine. I'm on, so I'll just say where I am. So I am on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. I was on Blue Sky, but I've probably given that up. YouTube, all of the places, everywhere.
And the links are all down below. If you're listening to this in audio format or you're watching it on YouTube, all of the links are in the same spot. They'll be the top thing you can see to find Bear.
Oh my God, and TikTok. Sorry.
Oh, and except TikTok. We don't link to TikTok here. We don't do that. That's that's a joke. TikTok will be there too. Friends, thank you for spending time with us this week. We hope to see you next week. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Recruit a Friend. You can find us on Twitter at RAF_podcast and everywhere you find podcasts as Recruit a Friend. If you'd like to support the show directly, you can find us on Patreon, where you'll get all episodes early, as well as some fun behind-the-scenes perks.